to my channel, Creatively Expressive. My name is Amy, and today I'm sharing 5 spooky, but not too spooky, Halloween DIYs using Dollar Tree products. If you want to learn some budget-friendly ways to dress up your home for Halloween, then please stick around. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me, and I hope you'll consider subscribing and becoming a part of my creative family. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and I just want to say that I really do appreciate your continued support. Now let's get started. So for our first project, we're going to be making this countdown to Halloween sign. So for this, we're going to be using these wooden jack-o'-lantern stickers I got from the Dollar Tree, this metal Dad's Workshop sign that I got from the Dollar Tree, this 1/2-inch poplar dowel that I got from Lowe's for $2.60 each, and then these 2 pumpkin cutout signs that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then also this poly tubing that I got at Lowe's. And first I'm going to cut down those 2 pumpkin cutout signs to 15 3/8 of an inch long. And I'm just going to use a utility knife to cut through that. And then once we're done with that, we're going to cut down that poplar dowel. We're going to cut 2 pieces to 10 7/16 of an inch, and then 2 pieces to 15 3/8 of an inch. And now we're going to spray paint that sign with some white spray paint and then some clear gloss spray paint. And now I'm just putting that sign onto the MDF and marking where the holes are going to be. And then I'm just going to drill those holes. And now I designed this Halloween countdown sign on my Silhouette Design Studio, but you could also find something similar on Etsy to use. And now I'm just going to put that countdown vinyl onto that metal sign that we spray painted white. And I'm just using some transfer tape and some parchment paper to do that. And once I have the main piece on, I'm going to add in the orange pieces to the sign. Now I'm taking one of those little jack-o'-lanterns and I removed the sticker from the back, and then I'm going to use a little piece of a craft stick, and we're going to put that on the back of that jack-o'-lantern, and I'm just cutting it down so that it fits on the back of that jack-o'-lantern. So I'm just using a little X-Acto knife just to cut down a little bit so that none of it's showing through the front of that jack-o'-lantern. And once I have that cut down, I'm just going to paint that little piece black. And once the paint has dried, we're just going to glue that onto the back of that little jack-o'-lantern with some Star Bond super glue. And now I'm going to take one of these little magnetic buttons that I got from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to glue that onto the back of that jack-o'-lantern with some of that Star Bond super glue. And now we're going to paint our sign pieces black. And I'm just using some Hello Hobby black chalk paint. And then I'm also painting those poplar dowels with that same black chalk paint. And now I'm just putting a protective coat of Mod Podge over the top of those sign pieces and also the frame pieces. And now we're going to use some scrap pieces of Dollar Tree signs to stick on the back of this sign so that we can stick the 2 pieces together. And I'm just using some wood glue and some hot glue to do this. And now we're going to be using these 3/16 by a 1/2 inch bolts that I got, and I spray painted them white. And then this poly tubing, and we're just going to cut little tiny pieces of that poly tubing. And that's going to be, it's going to work as a spacer to go in between that metal sign and the black sign so that our bolts don't poke through the back of the sign too much. And so I just cut one piece, and then I'm just using that first piece to cut 3 more pieces about the same size. And then I'm just going to use those as like a spacer. Like I said, I'm going to put them on the back of that metal sign, and then we're going to put that bolt through the front of that metal sign, and then also through that little spacer, and then back through those holes that we drilled on the black part of the sign. And then we're just going to put our bolts on the back of those, or our nuts, sorry, on the back of those bolts on the back of the sign. And then we're just going to use a little screwdriver to screw those tight. And now that we have our 2 sign pieces attached together, we're going to glue our frame pieces on. And at first I used a combination of hot glue and wood glue, but then I found out that hot glue does not stick to Mod Podge covered surfaces. So then I end up going back in and just covering the whole thing with just that wood glue because my frame pieces just come back up. So if you covered your sign in Mod Podge, just skip the hot glue. So I just used wood glue for the whole thing, and then I'm just going to use some clamps that I got from the Dollar Tree just to clamp those pieces together until it's dry. And then once it's dry, that's it, guys. That's all there is to this project. What do you guys think? I think this sign will be really fun for kids to use to count down to Halloween, and also adults. What do you guys think? And now for our second project, we're going to be making these Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein signs. For this project, we're going to be using this 1/2 inch poplar dowel that I got from Lowe's, and then these 2 Hello Autumn signs that I got from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to cut those 2 signs down to 18 inches. And then for the frame pieces, we're going to do 2 4 3/4 inch pieces and then 2 18-inch pieces for each sign. So you'll need 4 of each of those pieces. And then we're just going to remove that paper from the those signs. And then we're going to paint one of those signs with white chalk paint. And then we're going to paint one of those signs with black chalk paint. And now we're going to use some antique wax to stain those frame pieces. And I'm just brushing that antique wax on with a paintbrush. And then I'm going to wipe it off with a baby wipe. And now that our frame pieces are stained, we're going to attach them to our signs with some wood glue and some hot glue. And I just attached the 2 side pieces to this first sign, and then I'm going to stick the Bride of Frankenstein vinyl in the center of that. And I found this Bride of Frankenstein SVG file on the Silhouette Design store. And so I just made her the correct size for my sign and cut her out on my Silhouette Cameo 4, and then we're just sticking her onto the sign. And now that she's on there, we're going to attach our 2 end pieces of our frame with some wood glue and some hot glue. And now we're going to do our Frankenstein sign. So we're going to attach our frame pieces to that white sign. And we're using wood glue and hot glue again to do this. And for this one, I attached all my frame pieces before I added my Frankenstein. And for the Frankenstein, I couldn't find a Frankenstein that would fit good on this skinny of a sign, so I designed him myself. And I'll share the file with you guys in the comment section. And so I'm just attaching Frankenstein to that second sign. And the Frankenstein's in black vinyl, and then the Bride of Frankenstein is in the white vinyl. And now we're just cutting some jute twine to use for hangers on the back of our signs. And I'm just going to use some hot glue to attach that jute twine to the back of those signs. And once those have dried, that's it, guys. What do you guys think? I think these ones are so cute. And now for our third project, we're going to be using 2 more of those Hello Autumn signs and then some more of that 1/2-inch wooden dowel that I got from Lowe's. And we're going to cut our frame pieces, 2 of them to 10 5/8 of an inch, and then 2 of them to 23 9/16 of an inch. And then we're just going to leave those signs the length that they came. And we're just going to remove that paper front from those signs. And this, on these signs at least, the paper removed really easily for me, so I didn't have to sand them down. And now I'm just painting those 2 signs with some black chalk paint, and then we're just going to use some scrap pieces of paint stir sticks to glue those 2 signs together, and I'm using a combination of wood glue and hot glue to do that. And then we're going to use this little unfinished wood skeleton that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking all those little metal pieces off of him. And then we're just going to use some caulking, or you could use some wood filler to fill all the little holes on his body. And once that has dried, you're just going to sand that area smooth. And then we're going to paint him with some white chalk paint. And then we're going to use some more of that antique wax to stain our frame pieces. So you just brush it on with your paintbrush and then wipe it off with the baby wipe. And now I'm going to use some Star Bond super glue to glue my skeleton onto my sign. How I think he'll look cute. And I'm trying to make him look like he's dancing. And then I'm going to glue on those frame pieces with some wood glue and some hot glue. And now I just designed this little fun saying on my Silhouette Design Studio, and it says, "I've got this feeling inside my bones." And I'm just sticking that on there with some transfer tape and some parchment paper so I can get the placement before it's stuck down. And that's it, guys. What do you think? I think this one is super, super cute. And for our fourth project, we're going to be making this set of 3 spooky Halloween signs. We're going to be using these 2 Halloween signs that I found at the Dollar Tree. These 3 frame signs that I also got from the Dollar Tree. And then this some scrapbook paper out of this scrapbook paper kit that I found at Michael's. And I'm just going to remove that jack-o'-lantern and that skeleton head from those signs, because that's all I want to use. And now I'm just trying to decide which piece of scrapbook paper I want to use. And I decided on this floral looking one. And now we're just going to take apart those frame signs. And I'm just going to peel off that paper, and then I'm going to sand it a little bit smooth. Not completely, but I just want it to be smooth so when I Mod Podge that scrapbook paper on the front of it, it's not lumpy. So now I'm just doing that. I'm just Mod Podging that scrapbook paper to the front of that inner piece of that frame sign. And I'm going to do 2 of these with this floral print that we chose. And then for the third one, we're using this black piece of scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby that kind of looks like black wood. And then we're just going to use an X-Acto knife to cut the paper off, the excess paper off of that sign. And now we're just going to cover the fronts of each of those signs with some more Mod Podge. And once that's dry, I designed this little saying that's from Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I cut it out with my Silhouette Cameo 4, and I'm just adhering it to the front of that black sign. And when I peel off the transfer tape, it peeled up a little bit of that Mod Podge. You can see a little bit here. So after I'm done transferring my vinyl to it, I'm just going to put another layer of Mod Podge on it, and I was hoping it would like camouflage those areas that got peeled up a little bit. It didn't totally, but it's not super noticeable, so I'm just going to use it anyways. And now I'm just putting our signs back together in those frames. And then I'm just going to glue that jack-o'-lantern and that skull to the front of those floral signs that we made. And I'm using wood glue and hot glue to do that. And then I'm just going to put some weights on those just to until they dry. And then I'm just putting that last sign piece into that last frame. And that's it, guys. What do you guys think? I think this one turned out so cool. I love it. And now for our last project, we're going to be making this Fright Way sign. So for this project, we're going to be using this sign that I got from the Dollar Tree. So first I'm just going to take that sign apart. We're just going to remove that jute twine hanger from both pieces of that sign. And then we're going to remove the paper front from the bigger piece of that sign. And then I'm going to sand it smooth. And then I'm going to paint it with some black chalk paint. And then I'm going to cover that skeleton hand with a layer of Mod Podge just to give it more protection. And now that we've done that, I cut out this Fright This Way vinyl sign that I designed in Silhouette Design Studio. And so I'm just going to stick the Fright onto the top of the sign with some transfer tape and some parchment paper. And then I forgot to record, but I attached that skeleton hand with some wood glue and some hot glue. I just glued it onto the front of that sign. And then I just attached that this way underneath the skeleton hand, the same way we did that Fright part of the sign. And so now that all that's done, we're just going to reattach some of that jute twine to the top of that sign with some hot glue. And that's it, guys. What do you guys think? This one was super quick and easy. but I think it looks really cool. What do you guys think? Okay guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also please leave me a quick comment and let me know which one of these projects was your favorite. Those likes and comments really do mean a lot to me because they let me know if I'm doing a good job, and they also let YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, which helps my videos get seen by more people, which really does help out my channel. So like, comment, and share this video with anybody that you think might enjoy it. And thank you for being a part of my creative family, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Spooky Halloween DIYs using... You'll consider subscribing and becoming a part of the creative Dollar Tree products. If you want to learn some budget-friendly ways to start... Check out this shirt I made. I got this transfer off of Etsy, and I used my Cricut heat press to apply it to this shirt, and I think it turned out super, super cute. What do you guys think?